go now to Monique Ryan's function, where the Climate 200 supporter and fundraising arms founder Simon Holmes of Court joins me. Simon, thanks very much for your time. How many seats would you like to see go teal tonight? When I say that, how many do you expect you will win?
Look, I'd be really happy if we got 2, 3 or 4 communities that had strong independents taking the flag tonight. 2, 3 or 4 would be a great outcome. But I think the real thing to watch tonight is how many seats come down to a 2-horse race between an independent candidate and the incumbent. We'll see how many seats become marginal this election, which will be very exciting to see.
Now, what is your best chance for a win? Which seat do you think you're most likely to pick up?
So our polling says Wentworth is in with a very good chance. After that, I would say Kooyong, Goldstein, North Sydney, and I think we might get a surprise from Mackellar, maybe Cowper, maybe even down in Hughes. Very interesting race down there. But certainly the one with the strongest polling would be Wentworth.
You've copped some flack because the Teal candidates haven't been upfront on who they would back in the event of a hung parliament. Do you see why some observers and party members and other protagonists in this campaign are frustrated at the fact that the independents haven't said which way they'd go?
Well, of course, that's absolutely a matter for each of the candidates to form a position. We're completely hands-off, no strings attached, completely up to them. But I understand that they're about, the successful ones will go into negotiation, and if you walk into a negotiation, you want to have as many options in front of you. So I'm not surprised that that's their position.
Now, when they get to, if you're right, you do get 2 or 3 with the Teal independents. Is there no coordination whatsoever when they get to Canberra, if you're right with your prediction? And is your involvement done as of 6 p.m. tonight?
Oh, our involvement was done with our last donation, which was made probably about a week ago. So, I'm here tonight to enjoy. I live in Kooyong. I'm a Kooyong resident. I voted today at about midday. I'm a very big fan of Monique Ryan, and I'm really looking forward to her prospects tonight. But no, Climate 200 does not have an ongoing role with the campaigns. We're a donor. Like I think Monique Ryan had 2,000 donors. And me, myself, I'm one of 12,200 donors for Climate 200.
Do you see the frustration that some who might be supporters of moderate Liberals would be saying to you and to Monique Ryan and others, why are you targeting the likes of Jason Falinski or Trent Zimmerman or Josh Frydenberg? If you want these outcomes, is it self-defeating to be knocking off potentially moderate Liberals who might be able to engage in exactly what you want?
Firstly, I'd say I'm not sure there are any moderates left in the Liberal Party. I think John Howard got rid of most of them, and Tony Abbott and Scott Morrison got rid of the rest of them. But one thing that's really important to understand is that Climate 200 doesn't choose candidates. We don't choose which seats are going to run against, run campaigns. We wait for campaigns to rise up. And they rise up in seats where people are frustrated. And it's no surprise to me at all that the people of Wentworth, for instance, are really frustrated with Dave Sharma. He's voted with Barnaby Joyce on every significant piece of legislation. Not surprised that Kylie Tink has got a great following in North Sydney, and we can go around the country. In all of these seats, there are independents running against incumbents who have voted on the big issues. They've voted with Barnaby Joyce. They've voted against climate action. They've voted against integrity, and they've voted against the treatment and advancement of women's rights in Australia. So, it's not surprising at all that this movement's come up. Remember that there are about 23 campaigns that we're supporting. There's probably about 30 strong independents running in this federal election. There's about something like 15 to 20,000 volunteers around the country that are working, that have volunteered time for these campaigns. It's an incredible movement, this community independence movement. Don't confuse Climate 200 with the community independence movement. It started long before we came along. Our job is just to tilt the playing field so they have a fighting chance against the party machines. the system is very much rigged in favour of the parties, and it's our job to level it so these amazing candidates with huge community support can shine. And
in terms of tilting the playing field, how much did you donate?
So Climate 200 has raised just over $12 million, has gone into this campaign, into this election. Now, 12 million sounds like a lot of money, but if we go back to 2019, the Liberal Party, about $180 million, Labor Party, about 130, Clive Palmer, 89 million, and even the Greens at 20. So we are relatively small fish, but the reason we're talking about Climate 200 and money is because we have had an unprecedented level of transparency. We have been talking about money, whereas the major parties, ask any of your other candidates, other party members tonight, ask them how much they've raised and from whom, and you won't get any answers. But we have, the vast majority of our donors are up on our website, and we'll be disclosing them before any of the parties do.
And personally?
Personally, I've given about 2% of the funds that Climate 200 has contributed, and in almost every race, especially all the big ones, Climate 200 is responsible for about 30 to 40% of the funding. So if we look in, for instance, Goldstein, which is just down the road from where I am, and Kooyong, where I'm standing right now, both of those campaigns have raised over $1 million from their own local communities. Phenomenal result. And Climate 200 has given less than a third of what those campaigns have raised.
And just finally, if you don't pick up a seat tonight, was it all worth it?
Well, okay, so I'm not picking up a seat. It's the community independence movement, and it's phenomenal, the momentum. I've met so many people who have never campaigned before, never volunteered, never donated, and they're not giving up. They've got a taste of what democracy really feels like. They're energised, and tonight is only a stepping stone for this community independence movement.
Simon Holmes, thanks for your time. Climate 200 founder now.